Alright, what's up, everybody? Cash here. High School Musical soundtrack. Yeah, my girlfriend and I have been watching all High School Musical movies on Disney Plus, so let's play the soundtrack in the background. So today I'm bringing you another new tools video about Skarmory. So Skarmory was used a little bit last gen. Has kind of a new set this gen that you might recognize from a different mon. From kind of like Steelix Friends, the same thing. But so Skarmory is such a cool design Pokemon, but Game Freak really made it pretty lame by making it basically just a tank, which is sad because it's such a cool design. I remember, like, as a kid playing the games, like this awesome steel bird. It just got basically no good moves and just wasn't that good. But yeah, obviously it's pretty interesting, and it's got one good set this gen, so we're gonna go over it in case you ever want to use it for anything. So let's look at, as we always start, raw stats. 65 HP, not bad. 80 attack, average. Steel flying typing, which is like relatively good. Steel's pretty good in general. Flying is 40 special attack, basically unusable. 140 defense, really good. Why it's so strong. 70 special defense, average. 70 speed, actually not that slow. So the reason that it's so good is because it has this crazy defense stat mixed with sturdy, the ability that makes it so you can't be killed in one move. Alright. So you can just read it on the screen. It's this: if you're hit at full HP, you survive, and blah 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 blah. You can't die. So the reason that it's so good is because it's able to use sturdy, just like Steelix has a similar set. It's able to use sturdy in combination with the move Torment, which we'll go over in just a second, to make it like a pretty good stall set. Beats a lot of like choice attackers. So this is how the set works, right? You've got your Skarmory with sturdy. The EVs are pretty general. There, you have enough speed to outspeed Corviknight. Flying. Then the rest is just poured into HP, a little bit in defense. So it's got this defensive spread, and it's got these 4 moves here. You'll notice it has no attacks. None. And for items, we have a Guava Berry, which basically just restores 33% of your health once you're below a fourth. So once you're below 25%, so let's say you go down to 20% HP, or let's say you have 30, right? So you go down to 1% HP, the Guava Berry will heal you back up to 34%. So how it works is basically when you have this move Torment, which makes your target not be able to use the same move twice in a row. So let's say your opponent is a Charizard with choice specs, right? It clicks Flamethrower on your Skarmory, knocks you down to 1 HP, you click Torment. The next turn, Charizard, since it's locked into its move using its choice item, will not be able to use Flamethrower again. So instead, since it's not able to use that attack, it will use Struggle, which will hurt it 25% and like chip you just slightly. So you roost on that turn, right? It hits you with Struggle, takes 25%. Then the next turn, it's going to go for its Flamethrower again, but you can just click Protect to negate that. And then, you roost, it struggles. And Torment lasts the entire time that they're in the battle. Like, it's not like Taunt where it goes away. Like, it lasts the entire time. So they will always be tormented, and they will slowly just kill themselves with Struggle, and you will win. So it's kind of a stall set. And it has Taunt basically to just beat other, like, stallers. So, like, if you taunt, like, a Chansey, or like a Corsola or Corviknight, anything that you can taunt, you can force it to use its attacking move, and it will slowly just kill itself with Struggle. So like Chansey will get locked into using Seismic Toss, which you can just roost off the Seismic Tosses, and you have the Torment on it, so it will slowly just die. Same with Corsola, and same with like Corviknight using Body Press on you. So Yes, so that's basically how the set works. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to use, but I guess the weakness of it is that it only really works on like slow stallers and choice banded things. So like any attacker that has like multiple moves is gonna beat you. Anything that has taunt that's faster than you automatically beats you, right? Because you can't do anything when it taunts you. So yeah, it has some really hard counters, and it counters things like a very specific like niche of choice band attackers, slow stallers. I have some replays that I got. Just there's only 5 today, some basic ones. This is gonna be a shorter video. Just some basic replays that are just gonna show you, how the Skarm works in theory. And it's pretty easy to use, pretty basic. So first, a lot of the games, I actually played this guy a bunch of times, and I got, so you see he's at 1533, so I'm not really that low on the ladder. I'm at 1400, but when I get these replays, I literally send this team out here and I click Skarm 90% of the time. Literally 90% of the time, I click whatever mon I'm trying to get replays for, because I just want to see it work so I can get these clips so I can show you guys in theory. So this guy I have, you'll see 3 replays versus this guy and all of his team. So it starts off, I just pick my Skarmory, he picks his Kyurem, which I'm not sure if it's Scarf. Actually, I think I'm faster than it, yeah. So it's Specs, right? I hit it with Torment, it uses its Specs, Freeze Dry, knocks me down to my Sturdy, my Guav goes off, heals me. So now that I hit him with Torment, he's not allowed to use Freeze Dry again. So I Roost, heal myself back up, he uses his Struggle, hits me for 9 HP, but basically kills himself. I Protect, same thing, Freeze Dry, Roost, and he can't do anything. He's struggling, hurting himself, and I believe he just forfeits, yeah, because he notices he can't win. So that's like a perfect example of how it works. Just beats whatever the stall sets are. Same guy again. This time he's using Urshifu. I actually misplay in this game, because I forget how Urshifu works, but it doesn't matter. So you can see I use Torment. I'm faster than him somehow. He hits me with Surging Strikes. That does whatever, how much percent. I click Roost. He can't do anything. He has to use Struggle. Actually does a lot of damage to me because he looks like he is banned, right? And that hurts him, whatever. I make a stupid move here and click Protect when Surging Strike goes through Protect. But because of my Guava Berry, I end up still surviving. And then I'm able to Roost. And then the following turns, I spam Roost. You'll see me just click Roost every single turn. So that I'm always at a lot of HP. And he slowly just kills himself with... He can only do... How much is that? 70% to me. I Roost. He hits himself. And I Roost again. So, yeah. I'm always out of range. And I just automatically win this. Boom, boom, boom. He's dead. Another good example. And then this is same dude again, but this is him using Magnezone, right? An electric Pokemon that you think would beat Skarmory, but because he is a choice spec set, I use the strategy we've been doing the entire time, where I just hit him with Torment, I click Roost, he hits himself with Struggle, we just go through this a few times. Same thing, he says no, even though, I mean, I felt a little bad farming these replays off of him, but thanks for not forfeiting till the end so we can see how it works. So now I have 2 other ones that are similar. Darm G, same strategy. You have to be a little careful of another, like, I played a normal Darm that used Trick, but this works. But look how close this one is, right? So I use our normal strategy where I hit him with Torment, so he has to use Struggle. He uses Struggle and almost kills me, just 33%. So that's where that defense comes in, keeps me alive, and then I'm able to, keep myself alive and win through Roosting. So yeah, that was an example of how the EVs work out in your favor. Easy peasy. And then we have one last one, which is a little bit different. So this time I was like, if he's choice, and he doesn't have Trick, I can win. But you have to be a little careful if things trick you, right? Because you automatically lose because you don't have any attacks. So I'm thinking he's going to pick Chansey or he's going to pick Crustle. And he picks Crustle, which is perfect. A great example here. You taunt turn 1 versus Crustle. The reason you do this is because you can't let him Shell Smash. Because if you Shell Smash, you can technically lose if he's like Rock Blast plus Rock Archer. But you'll see that the set he is this game isn't that. So he Rock Wreckers right away and misses. That's actually completely irrelevant. So I Torment here. He hits me with Rock Wrecker. You see it does 50% roughly. I Roost. So I'm thinking maybe I just win. Maybe he's choice. If he's just going to only be able to spam Rock Blast, I can just Roost his Rock Blast off and win. But he actually ends up being multiple attacks. So he's Earthquake. And then he's Rock Wrecker. And he actually makes a mistake because I didn't know what set he was at this point. And he does actually have Shell Smash. So he'll eventually click Shell Smash. And he shows his third move there as counter. And I basically just keep, since I have the Torment on him, I just keep roosting and taunting, and eventually he just gives up because he doesn't have the PP available to win anymore. Because of how the Torment and the taunt works, once he runs out of 2 moves, he'll be locked into not being able to hit me, and then he'll start struggling down. So he eventually just forfeits, giving me the win, but that's a good example of how Skarmory makes use of its entire set with the taunt and the Torment and all that stuff to win. So bada. And then we've already talked a little bit about how you beat this, but we'll just talk about it again. Anything with Trick just beats it, right? If this Porygon Z came out and clicked Trick versus me, I lost automatically. Because I can't attack, so you can't really win if you're locked into a move with the set. Anything that's faster than me and uses taunt, so let's think of some good examples of that. Haxorus is a common one, right? That uses taunt on you, and now it's faster than you, and now you can't do anything, and you just lose. So you got to be a little bit careful about fast taunters. Zeraora beats you anyway, unless it's choice banned. So yeah, obviously Tormenting is your play versus Zeraora, but if he's taunt you, you can't win. So that always beats you. Just things that can switch moves and have multiple good moves to hit you with. Like that Crustle didn't have great moves to hit me with, but let's say I was playing something that had I was playing like Goodra, right? And it has Flamethrower and Thunderbolt. It could just alternate clicking Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and I'd probably just lose because I wouldn't be able to outstall that super effective attacks hitting me. So really anything that's not locked into choice moves. And then any taunt or trick. So there's a lot of options to counter Skarm. You probably have one of those options on your team. But just be careful about if you're using a stall your team. You couldn't get baited into Skarm actually beating most of your team using taunt. Because it is not that slow. You can see right here it's 257 speed. That's really not slow in the grand scheme of 1v1. And then the last thing we'll talk about is what kind of partners do you want to put with your Skarmory. So obviously we just talked about, you lose to a lot of taunters. So you want to use some fast things, like you use Darmanitan yourself. You're weak to electric moves, but you actually beat some of the common electric types. But let's say you want to beat some of the other electric things, so you can use some sort of electric resist. You're also weak to fire moves, so you can use water types, but just be careful that stacks your electric weakness, which makes it a little hard. I think sometimes pretty good partners are dragons, because they kind of resist both those types, and can beat a lot of different things, but you have to watch out for, you lose to Primarina if it's not the right set. So on my team I was using Rillaboom, just because Rillaboom is relatively good versus a lot of the meta right now. But so you can use that. You can use a fast taunter if you're a faster taunter of your own if you really want, but you don't need to. I wouldn't recommend doing that. So really good things you could use are Rotom Heat. You could use really any Zeraora is good to beat Primarina, which normally beats you. You saw you beat Urshifu, but say it's a different Urshifu, then you want Zeraora to beat that. So yeah, as you can see, you can basically just use things that resist the type. So I think ground types are really good with this. So Excadrill could be a good teammate. Excadrill could be a good teammate. Hippo's not that great of a mon, but ground type's really good because it can resist fire and it can resist electric. So that covers 2 of your weaknesses. So yeah, you can try a few different things. I think Skarmory is pretty flexible as a teammate because it has a decent chunk of things that it does cover. But you do have to be a little bit worried about. There are a lot of mons that it can sometimes beat, like Magnezone, that you don't always beat, because let's say that they are just weakness policy, then you lose because your Torment doesn't actually work on them. So yeah, that's all for Skarm. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I actually have, if you made it to the end of this video, which most people probably don't watch, Seiss sent me a clip of him playing lacrosse in high school. Oh no, this isn't gonna work like this, is it? Alright, we're just gonna have to watch it like this, I guess. So this is a clip of me in college playing lacrosse. I don't know if I can, like, I don't know how I can make it like this screen, like just fit this screen. I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, so here's me with the ball right here. I'm gonna actually dice this guy.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. Hit him left, right, back to left. See the snow? He goes down behind the goal, opposite corner. Man, those were the days. You see it's snowing in the background here. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I forgot I had some of these videos, which are nice. I know like none of you really watch lacrosse, but if you are interested, let me know. I'd love to talk about lacrosse with anyone. So, but yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time.